So today we're talking about the 1089 force. We're going to revisit the 1089 force. I'm going to show you a 3-digit number divination, a book test, and 1089 vacation. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways to use the 1089 force. Alright. Very first thing you're going to need when doing the 1089 force is a set of Uno cards. They come in multiple colors. They have the numbers 0 through 9. Alright? So you have the spectator choose any 3 cards, and this is done while your back is turned. So they can choose any 3 cards they want to. Got it? Now what you want to do is have them make the largest possible number they can with the 3 cards they just chose. So in this case, it's 964. Okay? Have them write that number down. And now what you want to do is have them make the smallest possible number with those cards. So in this case, it's 469. Have them write that number down and subtract the 2. So they subtract the 2 numbers and they come up with 495. What we've done is just place those numbers right here. So that's their number, their totally random number that they came up with using their 3 digits from the Uno cards. Now interesting, when you take any 3 digits from the Uno cards and you make the largest possible number and then you reverse those digits to the smallest possible number, you're always, and subtract the 2, you're always going to come up with one of these 9 digits. Alright, so any 3 numbers from the Uno cards, make the largest possible number, subtract the smallest possible number, and their outcome is always going to be one of these numbers. 198, 297, 396, 495, 594, 693, 792, 891, or 990. Now these 2 I can tell you that rarely show up, so you could probably eliminate these 2 from your list. 990 and 891. They do show up occasionally, but very rarely. This is the number 1 number that shows up most of the time. But in this case, their numbers come up to 495. They tell you they're done, you turn around. Now your job is to figure out what those 3 numbers that they have written down are. And obviously, it was done while your back was turned. So the very first thing you want to do is write down the number 6, but write it down like this. So it actually looks like a 9 upside down. So you say, I'm thinking there's a 6 in your number. They say no. What you do is say, well, the numbers are not too clear in my head, so maybe it's upside down, so maybe it's a 9. Is there a 9 in your number? They say yes. Now with that little piece of information, when they said no to 6, you know that their number, the number 396 is not in their answer, and 693 is not in their answer. So you've basically narrowed down the numbers of which number it could possibly be. The second part of the question is now you're going to try to narrow it down even further. So you're saying, I see an even digit in your number, and all the numbers have all the numbers have even digits. It's either the first number or the last number. So all the numbers have digits, all the numbers have 9s. So that's the information you know. You automatically know there's a 9 in the 3 digits. And now when you ask it, is there an even number? You know that's true because all the numbers have even numbers. So you concentrate on the first digit. Is it the first digit that's even? They say yes. You know it's either this number here, 297, 495. So now you're down to 2 numbers. If they say no, my first digit isn't even, it's odd, well then you know it's odd. Then you know it's either this number here, or this number here. Alright? But in this case, an example, 495, the first digit is in fact even. So you know it's either this number here or this number here, 297 or 495. So what you do in that case is you would write down the number 2, 9, 7, all right? but you'd actually say 495. You'd say, I'm thinking your number is 495. They say yes. Had you written down 495, you would say 297. They say no, and you say, what was your number? They say 495. And you say funny, because that's what I wrote down. So when it comes down to two possibilities, you say that possibility, but you write down that possibility. Now let's say it came down to three possibilities, either the 198, the 594, or the 792. What would you do in that case? Well, in that case, you figure out the first digit is odd, you know it's down to these three numbers. This one you're going to have to make a guess. You'd say that first digit is a low number. And if they hesitate, then you know it's 594. If they give you an immediate resounding no, you know it's 792. If they say yes, you don't know what this number is, you have no clue what this number is, you ask them to turn to that page in a dictionary, 495. Okay, so you just turn to the page number that they have, they turn, just trying to find it here. Okay, and you ask them to read the very first word on here. And in this case, I don't know if we can zoom up on this. You can see that the very first word is glue. So they turn to that page, they look at the first word, the word is glue. You make your prediction, and you say, I think the word you're thinking of is glue. So how do we do that? Well, basically, you have your cheat sheet. What you do is copy out all the numbers, and you copy out all the words that are next to this number. 198 in this case is Chinese, 297 is deal, 397 is eruptive, 495 is glue, and so on. You have all the words written out next to the numbers. The next thing you need to do is after they chose their numbers, you need to have a visual clue of where they are in the book. If they're on the left side, you know the number's odd. If they're looking on the right side, you know the number's even. All right? And from the thickness of the book, you can tell this many is 198, double that is 297, triple that is 396, 4 is the approximate thickness. So you automatically know if they only turned that many pages, their number is going to be 198. If it's a little thicker, it's going to be 297. All right? If it's really thick, you know it's 990, 891, or 792. Associate the largest digit with a month. January being 1, December being 12. In this case, 9 would be September. All right? So they remember September. Now you have them add the three digits together. 2 plus 9 plus 7 is 18. No matter what three digits they come up with at the end, it'll always add up to 18. So what you do is you present them with a list. You show them a list, and you say find the number on the list. And in this case, it is France, right there, number 18. So, very first one, you have them circle the largest digit, which is 9. You have them associate that 9 with a month, in this case it's September. You have them add the digits together. In this case, it's 18. You associate that number with a word on the destination list, in this case, France. So right now they have September and France. Now you need to figure out how much they spent or how much this vacation cost them. So you would have them write down that number, 297, have them reverse the digits again, 792, and have them add those two numbers up, and it'll come out to 1089. All right? It'll always come out to 1089. So they know the month, which is September. They know where they're going, which is France. They know how much they spent, which is 1089. So now you reveal your prediction that you believe that they left in the month of September. Their destination was France, and it only cost them $10.89.